So I'm on the internet today, and I see a Twitter uh, hashtag claiming that Ted Cruz is the Zodiac Killer, which is ridiculous. Ted Cruz wasn't even alive. You remember the Zodiac Killer, the guy that killed several people out in San Francisco. There was a big movie about him, Robert Downey Jr. and Jake Gyllenhaal, or whatever his name is. And yeah, so it was a guy dressed up and killed several people in San Francisco area in the 60s, late 60s. And he dressed up looking like this. And he killed a cab driver and sent notes and pieces of the victims or the clothing of the victims to the police and tormented the police with all kind of cryptic notes and codes. And the Zodiac Killer was quite famous and never caught. Here's a picture of a suspect. Yep, there's a picture of the Zodiac Killer. But let's look and see who the Zodiac Killer really could be. In my eyes, there's only one person, and he's in this picture. Can you see him? Doesn't that look like the Zodiac Killer? And you know what? He's also running for president. That guy right there has a watch. That same watch that the Zodiac Killer wore. That's right, the same watch. You want to see it again? Now, this watch is worn by Bernie Sanders in the late 60s. That's right, the same watch that the Zodiac Killer wore. And Bernie Sanders wandered around the country. Didn't really have a residence, kind of a nomad almost, going around doing different political civil rights speeches like this one. And you want to know something else that's unique about Bernie Sanders? This is the shoe that the Zodiac Killer wore. It's a wing walker, 10 and a half. You know what size shoe Bernie wears? 10 and a half. Now here's a picture of Bernie Sanders in a scuffle with the police, looking just like the Zodiac Killer. And if you look at his shoes, they're a little dirty. The same shoes. The wing walkers, 10 and a half. That's gotta be him. Now, here's a picture of Bernie Sanders, of the Zodiac Killer. One and the same. Right? You see him? Now this is Bernie Sanders at the same time of the killings in San Francisco. That's right, Bernie Sanders, presidential candidate and Zodiac Killer. So when you go and place your vote, just remember, do you want to vote for someone like Hillary Clinton? Or do you want to vote for a real killer? Feel the Bern 2016.